Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the City Center for this, the fifth and final day of the 2023 Centrobasket U17 Championship. As you know, we're here to witness these young athletes perform at their very best, and we encourage you to be very generous with the applause as we welcome the first two teams into the arena who will be performing for us tonight. They are Team Costa Rica and Team El Salvador. At this time, we would like to national give them a round of applause as we get ready to get them started. We invite both teams to the floor and we introduce the players as follows. Number 14, Costa Rica, wearing 0, Fonseca. Number 4 is Cedeno. Number 11, Hernandez. Number 12, Cedeno. Number 13, Shield. Number 14, Hasco. Number 16, Franklin. 17 is Cordova. Number 20, Quiroz. The captain, number 24, is Boras. Bristol is 35, and number 55 is Johnson. They are coached by head coach Maria Vargas and assisted by Father Eduardo and Arroyo Acuña. On the next side of the floor, we have the opponent's team, El Salvador, led by number 2, Rios. Number 5, the captain, Rodriguez. Number 6, Toba. Number 7, Chicoba. Number 8, Estrada. Number 9, Benavides. Number 14, Rivera. Number 16, Serrano. Number 19, Ayala. Number 23, Gonzalez. Number 24, La Reinada. And number 26, Sibria. Head coach is Antonio Escalante, assisted by Mejia Garcia. Team Costa Rica and Team El Salvador on the floor this time. We will ask the team to line up as we get ready for the presentation of the national anthem. We ask all to please rise as we play first the national anthem of Costa Rica. we ask that you remain standing as we now play the national anthem of El Salvador. On this day 5, our final day of the FIBA U17 Championship. Our officials for this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, for our first game, the crew chief is Alan Reyes of Nicaragua, and our umpires are Ricardo Hill of Jamaica and Nelson Pinero of Belize. We'll be getting into the final warm-up for both teams, and when we return, it will be for the starting five and tip-off of this Game 1 of the 5th and final day of the 2023 Centrobasket U17 Championship. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we are very pleased to introduce you the starting five for both teams for this, our first matchup of the day. We begin first with Team Costa Rica. And the starting five is number 12, Aaron Cedeño. Number 13, Emmanuel Chung. Number 17, Alejandro Cordova. Number 24 is the captain, Javier Porras. And number 55, Joshan Johnson. They are coached by Fabian Wando and Marie Vargas, assisted by Jose Pablo Arroyo Acuña. On the other side of the court, we've got Team El Salvador, led by their captain, number 5, Eric Rodriguez. Number 7, Gabriel Tobar. Number 8, Mauricio Estrada. Number 16, Andres Serrano. And number 26, Caden Cibrian. They are coached by Eduardo Antonio Escalante and Antonio Escalante, assisted by Gladys Olivia Mejia Garcia. We are ready for the commencement of activities here inside the final day of the 2023 Centrobasket U17 Championship. El Salvador
beautiful people, we are back again. The final day of FIBA Centrobasket U17 Championship 2023. The table is set. The matches are final. Our first matchup will determine the classification for the 7th and 8th place between El Salvador and Costa Rica. The MC just announced the starting 5. The guys are making their way to the floor. Our second matchup will be between Panama and Jamaica to determine the 5th and 6th place. Then we move to medal qualifiers, game 3, Mexico versus Belize for bronze. And then finally, we have the clash of the Titans. The two undefeated giants will go head-to-head for gold, Puerto Rico versus Dominican Republic. We're about to tip things off here. Costa Rica versus El Salvador. These games you don't want to miss. So make your way down to the Civic Center in a beautiful Belize City, Belize. Come out and cheer on your favorite teams and show support for your home squad. I am Alexi Ordonis, bringing live play-by-play action in our first matchup for the day, El Salvador versus Costa Rica. Both teams are coming off losses. We'll battle for the 7th spot today. Both teams are evenly matched as well. Costa Rica and El Salvador faced off earlier in the tournament where Costa Rica was victorious. Costa Rica defeated El Salvador by 17 points this past Friday, July the 28th. And here comes Porras to Cedinio. Cedinio tries to kiss it off the glass, but no good. Captain Rodriguez passes to Cibrian. Cibrian tries a jumper, but no good. Cedinio is there for the rebound. And here comes point guard Cordoba, passes to Porras. Porras back to Cordoba. Cordoba tries to find Johnson down in the middle. El Salvador is hoping to make the necessary adjustments in order to get a win in this U17 championship. Young Cibrian and Gabriel Tobar have shown flashes of good potential, but might not be enough for the outstanding defense and scoring ability of this young man right here, Emmanuel Chiong. Dominant off the board by Joshan Johnson as I speak. Joshan with the rebound and the putback. Joshan Johnson. They have very good ball directing by their point guard, Alejandro Cordobas. Estrada finds point guard Rodriguez, who tries to lay it in. No good. Chiong to the breaking Porras for the easy bucket. And Costa Rica is now up by 4. El Salvador yet to score. This is FIBA U17 Centrobasket Championship, the final day. These two are competing for 7th place. Here comes Estrada, who has been hot from behind the arc. No good this time. Rebound. Cibrian will try, and Cibrian hits it from behind the arc. First point for El Salvador, Caden Cibrian. .7:33 to go in the first matchup for the day. Once again, we have 4 games of basketball for you today, so come out, make your way out. Big game later on. Belize fighting for bronze, and Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic, the two Titans, face off, both undefeated. And here comes Caden Cibrian. Emmanuel Chiong, outstanding scorer, finds his teammate Sedinio. Sedinio poses, jump shot, no good. Rebound. And an easy lane by Rivera. El Salvador's Rivera. Cora steps behind the line for three, no good. A little too hard. Rebound by Serrano. Andres Serrano has shown great flashes in the first game of this tournament, and he has yet to match those points he scored in the first game. Serrano was top player for El Salvador. Vera finds Cibrian. Johnson with the rebound. Goes to Emmanuel Chiong. El Salvador comes up with the steal. Rivera. Diego Rivera. With the quick hands. 4 points for Rivera. Sedinio tries to find Emmanuel Chiong, but too hard. Rivera. Tabar tries, but misses. Serrano. Rivera will inbound the ball. Football will remain El Salvador's ball. Kickball. Rivera inbounding the ball, finds Cibrian. Cibrian pulls up from the free throw. In and out. Serrano was there, but blocked by Sedinio, and here comes top scorer Emmanuel Chiong. Ooh. Cordoba is fouled at the basket. He will shoot 2 for Costa Rica. If you're just joining us, Costa Rica is the team in red, El Salvador in white and blue. Costa Rica off a tough loss yesterday, losing by a single point. Had chances to tie the game and win the game yesterday, but could not come up with the W. And Jamaica got their first victory of the tournament yesterday. Later on, Jamaica will be playing Panama. Both those teams are coming off wins. That should be a nice matchup as well. Cordoba misses the second. Rebound El Salvador. Cordoba tries to steal Rivera, and Emmanuel Chiong comes up with another steal, passes to Joshan. Joshan goes inside, off the glass, no good. Rebound by Tabar. Another steal by young Emmanuel Chiong. Cordoba finds Chiong. Chiong for 3. No good. Cibrian with the rebound, and here comes Cibrian. Pushes the ball up, lay-in by Benavides, but almost stolen by El Salvador. The ball will remain for Costa Rica. So midway through the first, El Salvador up 3, Costa Rica down 3. Cordoba scouts the court, finds Sedinio. Sedinio finds Porras. Cordoba Back to Cedinio, goes inside, off the glass, no good. Quiros. And Costa Rica still comes up with it, finds Emmanuel Chiyong. He steps inside, almost. Rebound, Gabriel Tobar. Tobar finds Cibrian. Cibrian back to Tobar. Jump shot from is not good. And Quiros finds a cutting Porras. Porras is blocked by Benavides. And here comes Rivera. Rivera with the left, no good. Chiyong with the rebound. Chiyong is yet to score. And he is fouled at the rim. Chance to get on the scoreboard now. On the stat sheet, Emmanuel Chiyong goes to the line. After a tough drive. Impressive play by this young man, Emmanuel Chiyong. He's been the top performer for his Costa Rican squad. Alongside great defender Fonseca. Juan Fonseca, Agent Zero. Chiyong hits the first. Give Costa Rica 5 points. And he hits the second. El Salvador up by 1.
Diego.
And there's a change for El Salvador. Gonzalez is in. Benavides tells Rivera to go around Tobar. Back to Benavides. And offensive foul call on El Salvador. We'll go back to Costa Rica. Benavides with the hard foul to the body on Cordoba. Emmanuel Chiyong with the ball. He finds Quiros. And here comes Quiros inside. Steps inside and easy laying off the board. Puts Costa Rica up 1. Cibrian finds Rivera. Benavides fix. Back to Cibrian. Diego in the corner. Goes to Tobar. Tobar under the rim for Manuel Gonzalez. And Manuel Gonzalez picks up his first 2 points and put El Salvador up back by 1. Remember, guys, we can follow all stats on the FIBA.basketball. Follow us on social media at FIBA and share your photos tonight using the hashtag Centrobasket U17. Also, you can follow us at Next Gen Hoops and share your photos using the same hashtag Centrobasket U17. It's a timeout on the floor at the 2-minute mark. El Salvador with 5 fouls. as the guys make it back to the court. If you're just joining us, you're in tune to the first game, El Salvador versus Costa Rica. El Salvador is up 1-9, Costa Rica 8. There's a foul on the floor. Rodriguez tries to drive in. Rivera will inbound the ball. And Rodriguez. Benavides will try for three, no good. Here comes Emmanuel Chiong. Chiong, second trip to the line for tonight. His only 2 points are from behind the free throw line. He hits his third free throw for the night. And he misses the second. Here comes El Salvador. Benavides finds Rivera. Rivera to Tobar. Tobar outside. No good. Game is tied 9-9. El Salvador, Costa Rica, FIBA 2023 U17 Centrobasket Championship. The final day, the table is set. And the matchups are final. Nice lane by Cedinio. Cedinio with his first 2 points for the night. And here comes El Salvador. Rodriguez inside to Gonzalez. Gonzalez with the right. Good hands by Gonzalez, and here comes Rivera. Rivera, ooh, it bounces right out the rim. Should be an easy 2 points for El Salvador. And here comes Cordoba, finds Quiroz. Emmanuel Chiong with the ball, defended by Benavides. Cedinio finds an open Cordoba for three. No good. Rebound by Tobar. Tobar finds Benavides in the corner. He drives. Tobar with the rebound. Rivera. Rivera with awesome play this afternoon. 6 points for his El Salvador team. Usual gunners for El Salvador would be Serrano and Cibrian. Estrada has been hot from behind the arc, but The two undefeated Giants will go head to head for gold. And here comes the boys to start the second. So for the latest news and stats and highlights from today's game and the past week's games, go to FIBA.basketball to stay up to date. Here comes Fonseca with the ball, finds Quiroz. Quiroz drives in off the glass and gets it and one. Quiroz has been good for Costa Rica. Joe Johnson with the big rebound. Up, and another and-one opportunity for Costa Rica, putting Costa Rica up back by 2 with a chance to go up 3. Joe Sean Johnson. Long length of Joe Sean Johnson hits the free throw and put Costa Rica up by 3. Here comes team captain Rodriguez. Rodriguez finds Rivera. Rivera to Benavides. Benavides back to Rodriguez, and Rivera steps in. Ball stolen. Ball will be turned over to Costa Rica. And Juan Fonseca will inbound the ball to Chiong, finds the director, Cordoba. Cordoba finds Fonseca. Fonseca finds Quiroz, and the ball is not out of bounds, but it will be El Salvador's ball. Here comes Rodriguez. Looking forward, it passes to Rivera, finds Benavides. Benavides uses the screen from Serrano. Rivera tries to find Tobar. Tobar telling him to put it low. There's Johnson has these long arms. Tobar inside. Little too hard. Quiroz almost comes up with the rebound. Costa Rica in the red on the floor for Costa Rica. Cordoba, Fonseca, Johnson, Quiroz, and Chiong, and the ball goes back to Costa Rica. Double dribble. Fonseca tries to push it back out to Chiong. Chiong makes the move. When Benavides passes to Johnson. Johnson loses it to Tobar. And Tobar extended his arms and hit Fonseca over and was hit with the offensive foul. Here comes Cordoba to Fonseca. Quiroz on the top. Chiong defended by Benavides. Chiong goes up, but blocked by Benavides. Serrano comes up with the rebound and is fouled. Andres Serrano on the floor for El Salvador. Benavides with the ball in his hands, and Rodriguez, then Rivera. We have Andres Serrano and Gabriel Tobar. And Tobar makes his first 2 points of the night. Tobar was one of 2 leading scorers for El Salvador in their past game. Gabriel Tobar. Cordoba with the ball for Costa Rica. Fonseca tries to goes up under but hits under the board. And Tobar, long pass to Benavides. Knocked out of bounds by Alejandro Cordoba. Gabriel Tobar fights, finds Serrano. Serrano has it blocked by Johnson. And Fonseca goes on the, but Serrano comes up with the rebound. Oh! Little too much for the ball. Tussling for the ball. This guy, Juan Fonseca, he's all over the floor. Offensively, defensively. Agent Zero. He's on the move. Juan Fonseca. Past this, become big fans of these kids on the floor. Rivera finds Tobar, and Tobar back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez loses the ball. Oh, Cordoba tries to get it, but slides out of bounds. So once you're in the Belize City area, make yourself to the Belize Civic Center, where we have a full afternoon leading up into the night of basketball. This is the final day to catch these games. Everybody playing for position, and we have the top 3 teams playing to qualify to the FIBA U18 Championship 2024. So come and cheer on your home squad. Shot for El Salvador. Gabriel Tobar seemed to hear what I said and has walked up. Agent Zero patches it back to Cordoba. Cordoba to Chiong. El Salvador have seemed to adjust it to the great play of Costa Rica's last time. Chiong was lighting up El Salvador inside, outside. Benavides will come back in the game. Also in the game for El Salvador is Nicolas Rios. Goes for Fonseca, putting Costa Rica back up 1. And Cibrian will bring the ball up for El Salvador. Cibrian finds Rios. Rios dribbles the ball, goes inside, tries to lay it in, but Johnson say no, no, no. Long arms of Johnson. Cibrian. And Fonseca with the rebound. Fonseca. Straight to the rim. A strong move by Fonseca. Going coast to coast for Costa Rica. Cibrian. Tabar. Tabar. Got it stolen by Chiong. Manuel Chiong drives. Left hand, no good. Tabar. Goes inside. And he turns the ball over to Costa Rica. Talking to El Salvador coach Eduardo Antonio. And here comes Cordoba, the man who's been in the driver's seat for Costa Rica, the director on the floor. He looks around, put the ball down, goes to the side, finds Johnson. Johnson finds Quiroz. Quiroz tries a mid-range and hits the mid-range. Roy Quiroz with his 6-pointer of the day. And Chiong with another steal and the lane. Emmanuel Chiong with another steal for the night. That's going to be his 3rd steal. Second bucket and another trip to the line for more points for Emmanuel Chiong. He misses. Tabar comes up with the rebound for El Salvador. We're at the midpoint of the second, and so far it's been a good game. Benavides tries a three, no good. Cordoba with the rebound. He's gonna bring it down, finds Chiong. Chiong got it blocked by Gonzalez, and here comes Benavides. Right past Cordoba, sidestep, and sweet lane for Benavides. Fedric Benavides. Cordoba got it stolen by Rivera. Rivera, what an afternoon for Rivera. Rivera with the easy lane and 8 points for his for himself, and put El Salvador down by 3. Here comes Rios. Rios. Ooh! What a floater by young Nicolas Rios for his first 2 points. Nicolas Rios and Diego Rivera. Rivera leading the way with 8 points. And Costa Rica calls a timeout. So 3:55 to go in this nice matchup between El Salvador and Costa Rica. At the moment, Costa Rica is up by a single point. Emmanuel Chiong has started to pick up pace, but leading the team is none other than Roy Quiroz. Emmanuel is right behind with 5 points. 3 big steals from Emmanuel Chiong. And Rivera, Diego Rivera, is keeping El Salvador in this one. So 3:55 till halftime. And the lead has not reached double digit as yet. El Salvador coach Antonio calling the play. And the ball is turned over, and here comes Rios. Finds Rivera. Rivera to Bar. Chose the ball, but Benavides was not connected. And here comes Cedinio, Rafael Cedinio, number 4 for Costa Rica, and Emmanuel Chiong. Try to get more points, and that he does. Emmanuel Chiong. 7 points for Emmanuel. Rivera finds Tabar, and Tabar finds Benavides from outside. Almost. And Fonseca finds Cedinio. Rafael. 2 Cedinio on the court. Aaron and Rafael. Aaron in number 12 and Rafael number 4 for Costa Rica. The ball will go for El Salvador. Rivera will inbound the ball for El Salvador. Rivera finds the bar back to Rivera. Rivera has had the hot hands today. Ayala is on the floor for El Salvador. Finds Gonzalez. Gave it the soft touch, but bounced right off the rim. Rios will inbound for El Salvador. Finds Tabar, and Tabar finds Rivera. Rivera back to Rios. Rios drives in, try to go in, but ball stolen by Johnson. And Emmanuel Chiong finds Rafael. Rafael misses. And here comes Rivera. Rivera makes his move, finds Rios for 3. No good. Cedinio, Aaron comes up with the rebound, and Rafael will bring it down. Finds Chiong, but Chiong is double teamed. And he throws it out of bounds. Ball back to El Salvador, straight through the foot of Tabar. 1:39 in the second. El Salvador 23, Costa Rica 26. In their pass matchup, Costa Rica won. Coach has made necessary adjustments, and so far El Salvador has been right there with Costa Rica. Good shot from top of the key for Gabriel Tabar. Brings his team closer by 1 point. Rafael Cedinio. Rafael goes to Johnson. Johnson called with the offensive foul. And there's a timeout. Minute 03 to go in the second. El Salvador in the white, 25 points. Costa Rica in the red, 26 points. Should be a great matchup so far. This is the fight for 7th place between these two teams. El Salvador has yet to find a W throughout this tournament. Costa Rica almost got a win yesterday, but lost to Jamaica by 1 point after a big three by Tristan McDonald. Costa Rica had trips to the line, but could not hit. And the guys make their self back to the floor with a minute 03 to go in the second until halftime. El Salvador in the penalty. Here comes Rivera. Rivera finds Nichols. Rios is bounced onto the floor, and he'll go and shoot 2 with a chance to take the lead heading into the third. Nicolas Rios for El Salvador hits his first free throw from the line. Hits his second. Rios with a pair from the line. And here comes Costa Rica. Manuel Chiong, top scorer for Costa Rica. Hernandez on the floor. Travel by Young Hernandez. Diego Rivera. Tabar on the top. Goes to Rios again. Rios spins with the scoop shot. Rios puts his team up by 3. Rios with the pass. Couple baskets. Johnson. And that will do it for the first half of this matchup. Fight for 7th place. El Salvador up 3. Costa Rica 26. El Salvador 29. We go to halftime. Like I mentioned, the last matchup between these two, Costa Rica was victorious by 17 points. El Salvador coming off a loss yesterday. Costa Rica coming off a tough loss yesterday as well.
ball, getting ready for commencement of action as we prepare for the second half. Yes, indeed, we've got a tight one, 29-26 to score. This is the first game of the fifth and final day of the 2023 FIBA Centrobasket U17 tournament, coming to you from inside the Civic Center. Costa Rica and El Salvador doing back to this one, and of course it gets more entertaining. We've got 3 more games on tap, and then we get into the presentation ceremony to wind down the championship. Of course, we urge you to be very generous with the applause, and again we remind you that the restrooms on this side of the Civic Center are not operative, so we ask that you only use the restroom over on the far side. Thank you. We are ready for the second half.
And we're back with the second half of El Salvador versus Costa Rica. In that first half, Diego Rivera for El Salvador led the way, and Emmanuel Chiong is trying to keep Costa Rica in this one. So the second half is about to start, and here comes Costa Rica. If you're just joining us, we're live from Belize City inside the beautiful Civic Center. And a quick steal. Rivera misses that one, and Chiong comes down with the ball. So if you're a basketball fan, simply have nothing to do on this beautiful Sunday, come out to the Civic and come enjoy a full afternoon and night full of finals basketball. This is the final day for this Centrobasket U17 Championship by FIBA. Aaron Cedinio goes up strong to the basket and gets the and one opportunity. Aaron Cedinio at the line, number 12 for Costa Rica. And he hits, tying it for Costa Rica. After this, we have Panama versus Jamaica, which should be another good matchup. Panama had defeated Jamaica in their matchup, so they go into that one as the favorites. And Mexico versus Belize, playing for bronze and a spot for the U18 qualifiers for 2024. And of course, Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic, the 2 undefeated giants, will go head-to-head in the last matchup for the day and fight for gold. Johnson with the block on Benavides. Johnson with the long arms blocks Benavides' ball. 6 on the shot clock for El Salvador. Benavides steps back, no good for the tree. Cordoba finds Witt. Cedinio way ahead. Uses his strength to get under the rim. Crowded by 4 El Salvador players, and Tobar. Rivera with the steal, passes to Bar. Gonzalez. Gonzalez out to Caden Cibrian. Cibrian cross. Cedinio comes up with the steal. A little too hard to Chiong. Cedinio, not the director of the team. That would be Mr. Cordoba, who has been outstanding in finding his teammates Johnson and Chiong. Benavides, Misses. Did not touch the rim. Shot clock violation for El Salvador. The game is tied so far. Another exciting game in this championship. El Salvador versus Costa Rica. Porras, team captain. Cedinio tries to find Johnson. Johnson cannot hold on to the ball. And here comes Diego Rivera. Goes through two defenders. And unsuccessful with his approach. The ball will go Costa Rica's way. Diego Rivera has been outstanding this afternoon for his team. And here comes Costa Rica. Cordoba with the ball. Chiong. Chiong put the ball on the ground, finds an open Porras. Porras tries for three off the side of the rim. Emmanuel Chiong with another steal. Finds Cordoba. Cordoba all the way back over to Porras. Porras. Chiong finds an open Cordoba. Cordoba sidesteps easily in with the right hand. Alejandro Cordoba gets his first 2 points of the evening. Diego Rivera with the ball. Rivera, wow. Drops his opponent. Goes to the rim. Tough screen by El Salvador. Ayala tries. No good. Cordoba comes up with the rebound, and here comes Emmanuel. Cordoba to Porras, and Porras back to Cordoba, and finds Johnson. Johnson not in his jurisdiction, looks around, finds back Cordoba. Porras will try another three, and it's off the back of the rim. Johnson with the easy putback. Another rebound for Johnson. Salvador Rivera foul down on the floor. Rivera leads his team with 8 points, followed by Nicolas Rios and Gabriel Tobar. Speaking of Rios, he's back on the floor, giving Rodriguez a break. Rios finds Cibrian. Cibrian, mid-range is good. Caden Cibrian for El Salvador brings his team back to within 2. 5 points for Cibrian. Cedinio can't hold on to the ball. Jump ball will be El Salvador's ball. Johnson comes up with it. Hasbom is in the game for Costa Rica, and Chiong finds Quiroz. Quiroz misses the entire rim. Roy Quiroz. Here comes Rivera for El Salvador. Rios gets the ball. Cordoba tries to hold on. Cordoba comes from behind and gets the steal from Rios. Quiroz backs to Cordoba. Cordoba looks around, puts his head down, goes in the paint. Traveling a violation call. Rios outside to Ayala. And Tobar from his sweet spot. Gabriel Tobar with his 8 point for the night. Hasbom for Costa Rica. Finds Johnson. Johnson is double teamed. Back to Hasbom. Hasbom is open. Wet from 3-point line. Hasbom with his first points for the evening gives Costa Rica the 3-point lead. Ayala goes to Gonzalez. Gonzalez back to Rivera. Rivera to Tobar. Tobar stops in the middle. Chiong blocks it, and Johnson get a second block on Tobar. Great defense by Costa Rica, protecting the rim. Johnson with the long arms. One second left on the shot clock for El Salvador. Gotta make it a quick shot. Rivera. Too many moves by Rivera. Here comes Cordoba for Costa Rica. Chiong finds Johnson in the middle. Johnson finds Hasbom. Hasbom back to Johnson. Johnson misses the lane at the rim, and Rivera comes up with it. And here comes Rivera. And he's fouled in the paint. If you guys are just joining us, we're at the third for this final matchup between El Salvador and Costa Rica. Costa Rica is the team in red, and El Salvador is the team in white. El Salvador has yet to win a matchup throughout this championship. This is their last chance to get a W. Fighting for El Salvador. Leading the way is young Rivera, Diego Rivera, and Gabriel Tobar with 8 points apiece. And there's a timeout on the floor. Costa Rica. Johnson. Chiong. Double dribble call on Manuel Chiong. And here comes El Salvador. Ayala. Diego. Tobar from his sweet spot. Tobar hits it every time. That's 10 points for Tobar, bringing his squad closer by 1. Costa Rica. Ball will go the next way for El Salvador. Rivera will inbound the ball to Rios. Rios drives, block, another block by Johnson, save by Chiong. And here comes Hasbom, spins, finds Quiroz. Quiroz loses the ball. Chiong tries to save it, but throws it right in the hands of Rios. Rios finds an open Diego. Diego for 3. Diego with the big 3. Hot hands, Diego. Hasbom. Way off the glass. And here comes Troy Brisca in the game for Costa Rica. Johnson for Costa Rica. Has about 4 blocks for the evening. Hasbom will find Cordoba. Emmanuel Chiong. Tough evening for Emmanuel, but nonetheless. And easy lane by Hasbom. Hasbom has 5 points for Costa Rica. Diego Rivera goes to Ayala. Ayala goes back to Rios. Rios outside to Diego, finds Tobar from his sweet spot. Tobar hits it from the side and puts his team up back by 2. El Salvador trying to get a win. Blocking foul. Manuel Chiong. Makes another trip to the line. And he hits the second. Ties the game at 40 apiece. A heave from half court. It's no good by El Salvador. And as we head into the fourth, we are tied at 40. El Salvador, Costa Rica. Promised that this would be a tight one. El Salvador is trying to pull off the upset, and this is the battle for 7th place. So going into the fourth quarter, we have El Salvador 40, Costa Rica 40. This is a matchup. El Salvador, Benavides with his 4th point for the night. Andres Hasbom drives, got the ball blocked. Rios, and the ball is turned right back over to Costa Rica. Hasbom finds Chiong for the sweet lane. Emmanuel Chiong with 11 points. Ties the ball game right back up. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is the U17 Centrobasket Championship final between El Salvador and Costa Rica. El Salvador in the white and blue, and Costa Rica in the red. We have 8:54 to go in the fourth. It's been up and down between these two teams, and Emmanuel Chiong with another big steal, sidesteps and is fouled, and will make another trip to the line to get more points. Emmanuel Chiong leading the way with 11 points for his Costa Rican team. Chiong hits the first, puts Costa Rica back up by 1. And he hits the second. Benavidez. Foul on the floor on Troy Brisca from Costa Rica. Rios finds Diego Rivera. Rivera goes to his left and is hit in the face. There is an offensive foul call on the floor, and it will go the other way for Costa Rica. Rivera took a hit to the head. He's trying to recover. Double-double for Gabriel Tabar, 12 points, 14 rebounds. Gabriel Tabar and Diego Rivera leading this fight against Costa Rica. Rivera will have to sit after 3 great quarters for Rivera. Logged 27 minutes. Ayala is back in the game. Costa Rica, Emmanuel Chiong. No basket. Offensive foul on Emmanuel Chiong. .805 to go in the fourth. El Salvador versus Costa Rica in the first of 4 games for today. Costa Rica coming in this one as the favorite, beating El Salvador recently in the week by 17 points. Coaches have made adjustments, and there's Gonzalez with the big putback. 4-4, the game is tied. Gonzalez with 6 points this evening. Both teams have 2 team fouls, and Hasbaum will drive and find Troy Brisca under the rim, but Troy steps out of bounds and turn the ball over to El Salvador. El Salvador needs to take advantage of all the mishaps in order to beat this Costa Rican team. Gonzalez. There's a foul on Alejandro Cordoba. Still on the floor. Remember, if you want to follow us on social media, you can follow us at FIBA or at Next Gen Hoops and share your photos using the hashtag Centrobasket U17. Rios misses the foul shot. El Salvador remains with the ball. Benavidez will inbound. Finds Rios. Rios has some space, give it to Benavidez. Benavidez uses the screen from Gonzalez, goes in, but is fouled in the paint and will shoot 2. Benavidez for El Salvador. I remember we have 3 more games coming up. Following this game, we have Panama versus Jamaica. Then we have Mexico versus Belize for bronze, and Puerto Rico versus Dominican Republic for gold. First top 3 teams will qualify for the U18 2024 FIBA games. Benavidez hits the second off the pair, puts the squad up by 1. 7 to go in this 4th quarter. Here comes Cordoba for Costa Rica. And Costa Rica finds Emmanuel Chiong. Chiong defended by Benavidez, and Cordoba gets back the ball, goes inside, passes to Roy Quiroz. Roy Quiroz a little too strong over the rim. Nicolas Rios with the ball, finds Benavidez. Benavidez goes back to Rios. Rios drives, slips, and is called for the traveling violation. Back in the game is Agent Zero, Juan Fonseca. Juan Fonseca is a ball of energy on both sides of the floor. Turns the ball over there, almost turn it over. Here comes Cordoba. Cordoba with the right hand. Joshan Johnson right there. Cordoba fakes, goes up, misses. Johnson again with another rebound, blocked by Gonzalez. Gonzalez with 2 blocks on Johnson. Johnson not able to get the putback that time around underneath the offensive rim, and here comes Benavidez with the ball, goes left and is fouled while driving to the rim. Benavidez. Benavidez yet to come up off the floor. Rivera was playing very good, but was hit early in the hit in the face early in the 4th, and now is on the bench for El Salvador. At the line, Benavidez. He hits the first. He hits the second, and El Salvador is up a 3 on Costa Rica. Fonseca goes back to Cordoba. Cordoba to Chiong. Chiong finds Fonseca open. Cordoba for 3. Patao. Cordoba with the big 3 and ties the game for Costa Rica. Ayala, Gonzalez, Benavidez. Benavidez passes it out to Rios. Rios to Tobar inside. No good with the jumper off the foot of Rios, and that goes to Costa Rica. We're at the midpoint of the 4th. 47-47. Dope matchup between El Salvador and Costa Rica. Deciding factor of who's going to hold that 7th place and who's going to hold that 8th place classification of 7 and 8. Emmanuel Chiong, sweet move, spin and lays it in. Here comes Rios. Gonzalez Ayala, Benavides. Blocked by Chiyoung. A big block by Chiyoung, and here comes the top scorer, Emmanuel Chiyoung. Is now finding his groove. Emmanuel Chiyoung now with 6 steals and a big and 3 blocks. 17 points for Emmanuel Chiyoung. Costa Rica back up by 4 with 4:27 left in the fourth. This El Salvador team is looking for their first W for this tourney. But with the likes of Emmanuel Chiyoung and the long arms of Johnson at the rim, great ball play by Cordoba, and Roy Quiroz filling in some of that slot. Might be tough to beat this Costa Rica team. El Salvador had flashes of getting this W this afternoon. Gabriel Tobar leads the way. Diego Rivera is back on the floor, was hit in the face, in the head early in the fourth. He has been the guy for El Salvador this afternoon with 4 big steals and 11 points. Gabriel Tobar with a double-double for El Salvador, 12 points and 14 rebounds. We're less than halfway through the fourth, deciding factor of who's going to take that 7th place. After this, we have Panama and Jamaica. Here comes Rios. Diego Rivera airballs. Fonseca comes up with it. And here comes Fonseca looking for Cordoba. And Cordoba will direct traffic. Fonseca back to Cordoba. Fonseca fakes, goes inside. Roy Quiroz find the hot hands of Emmanuel Chiyoung. Chiyoung back to Roy. Roy with the lefty. And it's not good. And now here comes Diego Rivera. Finds Rios. Rios to Serrano. Andres Serrano have it deflected. Then stolen. Serrano with the steal. Good pass to Tobar. Tobar with his 14th point to match his 14 rebounds. Big game by Gabriel Tobar. Tobar wants this game. Passes it to Johnson. Johnson to Fonseca. Cordoba for 3. No good. Johnson tries to get the rebound. And it will remain Costa Rica's ball. 3 minutes, 7 seconds to go in the fourth of the U17 Centrobasket Championship. Final game between El Salvador and Costa Rica. Emmanuel Chiyoung for 3. Serrano comes up with the rebound. Rios finds Rivera. Rivera steps aside and lays it in for El Salvador. Rivera continues to be relentless. Rivera defends Chiyoung. Chiyoung finds Cordoba outside. He drives in and out. And the ball will go for El Salvador with the game tied. Costa Rica in foul trouble. Rivera finds Ayala. Ayala finds Serrano. Back to Diego. Diego puts one up off the front of the rim. Fonseca with the drive. Agent 0 foul, and he will be shooting 2. Fonseca Tries with the right hand. And Fonseca with an opportunity to put his team back up. He hits the first. Costa Rica, 52. Fonseca misses the second. Tobar comes up with the rebound. That's his 15th rebound. Here comes Rios. Rios to Serrano. Serrano. Blocking foul on Costa Rica. Shooting 2 for El Salvador. Andres Serrano will go to the line for El Salvador. What a thrilling matchup this afternoon to kick off these 4 games. A thriller between El Salvador and Costa Rica. And Serrano hits the first free throw to tie the game back, 52-52. Serrano. Fonseca finds Johnson. Johnson goes to the rim, has it stolen by Tobar. Tobar a little too hard to find the running Diego Rivera, who has been exceptional for El Salvador in this fight for 7 against Costa Rica. Emmanuel Chiang makes his move, goes to the rim, misses. Tobar with another rebound. Tobar passes to Rios. Rios looking for Ayala. Ayala to Serrano. Four on the shot clock. 3, 2. Rios puts it up. Serrano with 2 big rebounds. Fight for the ball. And it is turned over by Serrano trying to get the ball. 1:08 in the fourth. El Salvador up by 1. Costa Rica comes down with the ball, and here's Cordoba. Cordoba looking for Chiang. Quiroz, no good. Tobar with another big rebound. And Rivera is called for the travel. And the ball goes the other way for Costa Rica. Big miss opportunity for El Salvador. Gabriel Tobar with 18 rebounds, 14 points. Costa Rica inbounds the ball. And here comes Emmanuel Chiang. Finds Fonseca. Fonseca. Big three by Fonseca. Big three by Fonseca to put Costa Rica up 3. Fonseca. Agent 0. Put up Costa Rica. Back by 2. Costa Rica 55, El Salvador 53 with 34.1 seconds left on the clock. Will Costa Rica pull this one off, or will El Salvador find away to pull an upset on Costa Rica. If you guys are not in the Civic Center in Belize City, you're nowhere right now, make yourself to the Civic Center and catch another thrilling matchup coming up between Panama and Jamaica. And then your hometown, Belize, will be playing Mexico, and Puerto Rico will be playing Dominican Republic for gold. So we have a full evening of basketball, the final day of basketball. Bring the kids to the Civic Center and have them witness these young, talented players. Ball for El Salvador with 34.1 on the clock. Costa Rica, 55 points, big shot by the man himself, Juan Fonseca. Rivera will inbound the ball to Benavidez. And here comes El Salvador trying to tie this game up. Diego with the ball. Diego makes a move. Rios fends off his opponent. Serrano misses the putback. 18 seconds left on the clock. Shot clock is off. They should foul. And they foul at the 12-second mark, stopping the clock, sending the top scorer, Chiong, to the line. Emmanuel Chiong. Emmanuel Chiong has an opportunity to make this a two-position game at the line. Top scorer, Emmanuel Chiong. Miss is the first. Coach Vargas look a little worried, but he hits the second. El Salvador needs to draw up a plan for their gunners and have them out on the floor, both teams in the penalty. 12 seconds left in the fourth. Costa Rica up 3. Thrilling game yesterday between Costa Rica and Jamaica. Costa Rica almost came up with the win. Had a chance at the line twice. And now giving us another great game this afternoon between them and El Salvador for the fight for 7. Let's see if El Salvador has a sharpshooter who can hit a big tree and send this thing to overtime. And the boys back on the floor. El Salvador, Benavidez, Rios, Rivera, Serrano, and Big Bad Tobar with the double-double, 14 points, 18 rebounds. Here comes Diego Rivera, 6 on the shot clock. 3 by Benavidez is blocked by Chiong. Big block by Chiong, and Cordoba throws the ball up. Costa Rica pulls off the big win and will take the 7th place in this tournament. Costa Rica defeated El Salvador, leaving El Salvador winless, 56 to 53. Costa Rica. That will do it for our first game. Our next game coming up is Panama versus Jamaica. That will start in about 20 minutes. We have a short break until the Panama versus Jamaica. On the screen, you see the stats showing Very level game. El Salvador out-rebound Costa Rica with the likes of Tabar. Tabar with 14 points and Chiong with 17. Top scorers for the game. Emmanuel Chiong once again saves his Costa Rica team. So we'll get back to you guys when it's time to tip off the second game between Panama and Jamaica.
Fighting for their lives in this one, actually fighting to eliminate the zero. No one wants to go home without winning a game. Unfortunately, in the world of sports, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Someone has to win, someone has to lose, and we must be gracious as winners and respectful as losers. Whatever the outcome is all about the development of the athletes and the progress of the game. 2023 U17 Centrobasket Championship coming to you from the Center, and we are ready for action in game 2. Game 1, once again the final score, Costa Rica 56, El Salvador 53. Now we get ready for game 2 of the afternoon, which features Team Jamaica against Team Panama. Again, we remind you that the restrooms on this side of the auditorium are not functioning, so we urge that you only use the restrooms on the far side. Apparently, somebody sorry about that, folks, but it's the problem that we deal with from time to time. Team Panama already on the floor, getting ready to do back in as we await the entrance of their rivals in this one, Team Jamaica, who will be coming to the floor and looking to make an impact